walking to the cage for the first time for your first mixed martial arts fight? What are the emotions that you're feeling?
I felt so great. You know, I remember a feeling of making it. I even wore a UE Tiger jacket, which was my high school wrestling jacket. You know, I wanted to show my hometown, you know, hey guys, I'm from where you guys are from, and I made it. And, you know, now I'm going to represent you guys, and I'm going to represent my family and my coaches, and I'm going to do my best. It was a great feeling. You know, I remember when it came to the actual fight, I felt inferior to my opponent because I didn't have big name coaches. I didn't have any cool equipment or any, you know, anything. You know, this guy was trained by Hensel Gracie, and I just felt inferior to him. I felt like I didn't really deserve to be there, even though I had worked so hard to be there. And I remember winning that fight, and it was an ugly war, but I won the fight. And the moment they said, and the winner is Jon Bones Jones, and I got my hand raised, just dreams and ideals of making it and prosperity just came to me instantly. And I was just like, wow, I just beat somebody in the UFC. You know, I can do this. I can make a future for myself. And I just remember I had my hands up and I just screamed, ah. And it was the most passionate scream ever. And to this day, when I see replays of it, I'm just like, wow, that was real fire and passion right there.
Ever since you came into the UFC, that's when you popped onto most people's radar. But even before that, doing this mixed martial arts thing from the beginning was really going really well.
I had been training for about 2 months. And I took my first fight. I went out there and won it in about 1:30 seconds.
Yeah. And then right after that, next weekend, I'm doing it again.
Yeah, and then the following Friday, the manager I had at the time, he found me another fight, and I won that one. My passion and fire to be successful and to provide for my family that was coming, it didn't take much to impress me and to motivate me to train even harder and go for it even more.
There is one loss on your record, and for everyone in the know, it's not a real loss. It was a disqualification because of an elbow, and the disqualification in and of itself is a bit controversial. Does that ever eat at you and bother you?
No, I'm grateful for everything that's happened in my life. You know, I've tasted defeat in wrestling so many times, and it's you know, made it so where I know what it's like to be defeated, and I work hard to make sure it doesn't happen in this sport that I've joined. I think if I was undefeated, it could alter my mindset. You know, I think I would try to maybe fight to stay undefeated instead of fighting to win. I'm not undefeated. I'm not invincible. We all make mistakes. And I realized that
nobody's invincible and everybody can be beaten. And so we never go at a situation saying there's no one in this division that can beat Jon Jones, because I don't feel that way. Each fight is a challenge. Each fight has a life of its own. And if you look at it like no one can beat you, then you've already been there without earning it. You've got to earn that. So for me, everybody can beat Jon Jones. We just want to try to prevent them from doing that.
If there's one criticism that I've ever heard about Jon Jones, it's that you're cocky, that people think that you know that you're as good as you really are. How do you take that as well, with all of the good stuff, the bad stuff?
You know, I believe that if things simply aren't true, then they won't stick. And I have a very strong following. And I think it's because people see my sincerity and they see the person that I am in life and as an athlete. In life, I'm a giver. I'll give the shirt off my back. I'm a lover. I'm a person who cares about people, complete strangers. You know, as a person, I believe that I'm on a decent track. You know, I'm not perfect by any means, but I'm on a decent track. And, you know, cocky would be for me to tweet pictures about the success that I've had and brag and show people, oh, you know, look at this and look at me. That's cocky. You know, Floyd Mayweather, he's cocky. Yeah. I heard someone say once, every person that you come encounter with, your goal should be into some way to better them, to better their life, to make them feel that much better.
It was Mother Teresa.
Yeah, you know, these are important things to me. This is the life that I want to live for myself. These are the thoughts that I constantly speak and constantly surround myself with, right? Which can only promote some level of positivity in others. So how can you call someone like that cocky? Now, as an athlete, we're talking a different story here.
He's not really cocky at all. If you were 24 and you had just done that kind of a run, you would actually be cocky. I think anybody would. I think he's very confident, which you need to be. He doesn't strike me as cocky at all. As a matter of fact, just the opposite. He's always asking me questions about technique. So he's still coachable. He's not coming in and telling us what we're going to do. He's still humble. He still wants to learn all the time. He takes the normal jiu-jitsu classes with us.
Gotta have fire. You gotta have fire. Because at the end of the day, I'm playing a game.
Right.
You know, you play me in the UFC video game, I'm gonna be talking a little trash to you.
Sure.
I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna beat you. I'm gonna, you know, oh yeah, I'm the best. You know what I mean? You gotta have it. You gotta have it. As a champion, you have to have it. You gotta have a little edge over your opponents mentally. You have it. You have to have it. Everyone can go and lift weights and pump iron and be in a gym and punch people. But what sets us all apart is the way we think.
If you're not confident in yourself, if you're not a little bit cocky about yourself, then you're not going to be champ. You know, there's the humble champs, but they know that they're good. You know what I mean? Jon Jones doesn't go out telling everybody he's good. Everybody else does it for him.
People say he's gifted and he's talented. You know, there's a lot of people like that. But if you don't have the drive that he does and the passion, you're not going to be Jon Jones. And that's why there's only one Jon Jones.
Ultimately, people are going to love me and people are going to hate me despite what I do and how I carry myself. And I think it just comes with the territory of being a champion, the scrutiny and the criticism. So I think I deal with it well. You know, the Baltimore Ravens motto is to have skin like armadillo. And I've become pretty immune to other people's opinions of me.
Muhammad Ali, Michael Jordan, Jack Nicklaus, Babe Ruth, all named synonymous with their respective sports and all widely considered the greatest players to ever play their game. Only time will tell if Jon Jones's name will be added to this list, putting his face on the Mount Rushmore of larger-than-life athletes. But one thing is for sure, the rise of Jon Jones has been remarkable, and seeing where this road leads is a thrilling notion for all sports fans, as we all could be witnessing greatness in the making.
Can he keep this up? That's the real question. Can he keep this up and be the greatest fighter of all time? And there's only one thing that'll answer that question, that's time. He's on track to do it, certainly. Even if he loses a fight in the future or if he wins all of them in the future, the question is going to be, can he keep handling stuff the way he's been handling it? And I think he can.
When you train as hard as I train and you believe and you have, you know, the self-conviction that I have, there's no need to doubt yourself. I think when you doubt yourself, you're already starting off at a disadvantage. And I'm not going to do that.
As long as he keeps his head down, keeps pushing forward, stays focused and committed to the sport, then there's no ceiling for him.
I don't want to pump the brakes at all.
Keep going.
I want to keep going. You know, last year I fought 4 times against some of the toughest competition you can ask for. And it was just mind-blowing and unbelievable. You know, I look back on it, I can't even believe that I did it. But, you know, I feel as if in some ways I'm just getting started. And who knows what levels I can take this thing. You know, it's like, you know, I look at a lot of great athletes like Michael Jordan and people who just have done extraordinary things. And these were people who pushed the envelope at the time where no one had pushed it farther than them. And in some ways, I want to be the guy to push the envelope so far, farther than I can even fathom sitting here in front of you today. So I'm just going to continue to work really, really hard and continue to believe and continue to deal with the critics and everything that I'm going through and see if I can really set a whole new envelope. Muhammad Ali said it the best: the only limitations that we have are the ones that we put on ourselves, and I'm not one to limit myself.